Now, this is a photograph album that we've put together over the years, and it shows this picture here, for instance. When he went to Afghanistan, the crazy part about it is, if he'd wished to, he needn't have gone, because he could have been doing his winter sports all the time. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go, and he went with all the rest of his friends. But I never thought in a million years that he'd even get hurt, let alone killed. And it just didn't cross my mind, and it didn't cross his mind, except once he said to his mum, "If I get badly injured and lose a limb," he said, "I know just what I'll do." He said, "I'll train to become a Paralympic athlete," and and he was up for it, and I was very proud of him. And but it didn't last long. He was only out there for a couple of months before he was killed.
A soldier killed in a gun battle in southern Afghanistan has been named as Lance Bombardier Mark Chandler. The 32-year-old from Nailsworth was from 3rd Regiment Royal Horse Artillery and died in the Nad Ali district in Helmand on Tuesday. Lance Bombardier Chandler.
My name is Johnny Mercer, and I was Mark's team commander on the day that he was killed on the 8th of June in 2010. Essentially, we were moving up to engage with an insurgent stronghold from the south, and we were then engaged in what we would call a complex ambush, where we were engaged by 3 other positions. Mark was hit immediately, and at that point it was clear to me that Mark had been instantly killed. After that, we extracted him essentially, and then we got back to the vehicles, and I went to put Mark in one of the back of the vehicles, and unfortunately there wasn't really any room, so I sort of got in with him and sort of carried him like a baby, really, and so that we could shut the door, and then I had a sort of 45-minute trip with him, because he went through that horrible stage from going warm to cold, and it was and it was clear to me that he was gone.
2010, I said that after the end of 2014 there wouldn't be British troops in a combat role, and I'm going to be delivering that promise, and I think that's right. It's right for our forces, it's right for our country, but it's also right for Afghanistan.
I think it's such a colossal waste. And my big fear is, and I hope to God I'm wrong about this, that when all the soldiers, ourselves and the Americans and everybody else have pulled out, that the country will return to its old ways, and in a year's time we should be where we were 10 years ago. And I mean, God forbid that we have to go back there and try and sort it out again. I really don't know whether the nation would stand for it.
It's very important that the Afghan National Army and police force and government step up to the plate to deliver the security that our troops have done such a good job in producing. So I'm proud that we made that promise and have kept that promise, and I think our troops can leave with their heads held high over a job very well done.
They've done everything that was asked of them and more, and it's not the fault of the troops that the thing is, if it does, is going to fall back into its old ways. There's got to be more to it than that, and we have. I mean, whilst we're there, we have improved the lives of lots and lots of Afghani people, but I don't know whether there's enough of them or whether they're strong enough to put their will, to exert their will on the Taliban. And this is what bothers me, but I think the troops have done a magical job, and they've really stood up to be counted. Which you can't say more than that, really, can you?